He fell beside you, breathing heavily. You stared at the ceiling, catching your own breath after a heated session. As your mind wandered around obscene thoughts, you felt his warm lips on your forehead. Are you okay? Though your lower body hurt, nevertheless you bobbed your head. His lovely gestures ignited a fire within, surging a warm yet empty feeling altogether. He smiled and buried his face in the crook of your neck, breathing in your fragrance. You sighed, your gaze fixated on the pristine ceiling as you delved deeper into the thoughts of your newfound feelings. When conflicting thoughts and his closeness became too much to endure, you gently pushed him off your body and sat upright. He was taken aback by your sudden move. You had never done it, especially after an intimate moment. What happened when? He asked. A frown edged across his face. You shook your head and turned your back at him. I am going to clean up. Your reply was dry, lacking the natural sweetness and enthusiasm. Before you could step down from the bed, he hastily got off the bed and picked you up in his arms. A low gasp escaped your lips. Your arms instinctively flew to his shoulder for support. He smiled when your eyes met his. You could have told me. I thought you wanted to cuddle for some time like you always do. I will help you cleaning up. You stared at his handsomely adorable face. Oh, how much you liked his love and care. But much to your likeness, it was hurting your fragile heart. Because in the end, you and he had no relationship. Nothing to be precise except fulfilling each other's physical needs. You shuddered when your bare skin came in contact with the cold tiles as he settled you down on the counter. Let me prepare a bath for us. Leaving a soft pack on your lips, he moved to prepare a hot bubble bath. Your eyeballs moved along with his movements as he filled the bathtub with warm water, adding body soap and a few drops of essential oil. Though he was stark naked, but your eyes didn't budge from his face. Come, he again picked you up and put you in the bathtub. As the warm water came into contact with your tensed body, a relief sigh escaped from your lips. You felt him stepping inside the bathtub just behind you. He softly picked you up and made you sit on his lap. His palms traced a path from your shoulders to your arms and intertwined his fingers with yours. Now tell me, did you miss me? He whispered in your ear, playfully biting your earlobe. His gesture made your stomach churn badly with anticipation. You tilted your head, your eyes met his. Why would I miss you? I was out of the town for a week. You must have missed me. Around you, above you, inside you. He wrinkled his eyebrows, darting a suggestive smirk at you. You blew out a sigh and leaned back on his shoulder, snuggling against the warmth of his neck. Your unresponsiveness made him confused and worried at the same time. Leaving one of your hands, he moved the hair from your face. What's wrong, Ryan? You sighed and shook your head. Nothing. I'm just tired. The last week was pretty much occupied. Of course, you wouldn't tell him. You were busy missing him every moment of the day. Oh, I'm sorry. I made you more tired, right? You should have told me earlier. How would you have denied him when you missed him throughout the whole week? Especially when he returned in the wee hours and directly landed at your house, looking tiredly handsome and messily captivating. You didn't reply anything and realized the moment of his closeness. You and Jimin were entangled in a situationship. He was one of the most successful businessmen while you were a prestigious lawyer. On the very day, you attended an engagement party of your friend in which Jimin was also invited. Your vibes happened to click together and you both ended up in one of the rooms, naked and tangled up together. After that day, you couldn't stop thinking about him and his situation was now different. Thus, it led you both here to a connection without any claim, casual, open relationship which demanded anything but commitment. Are you sleeping? His voice brought you out of your reverie. I'm tired. It's your day off, right? You can sleep as much as you want. Let out a groggy hum and straightened up. Getting out of the bathtub, you stood under the shower to wring the soap off your body. Jimin to joined you. When are you leaving? You asked as you slipped on the bathrobe and secured it with a tight knot. Why? You don't want me here? He countered, drying his wet hair with a towel while another one hung loosely around his waist, hiding his modesty to the fullest. No, I mean, I don't mind you staying here, but you didn't even go home. Your mother must be waiting for you. She knew you were returning today, right? You watched as his eyes visibly enlarged and he hastily moved off the bathroom. With a confused frown etched across his face, you followed him outside. He hastily put on his clothes and collected his stuff, which was scattered at every corner of the room. What happened to you suddenly? I need to leave immediately. I have to take mom to the hospital for her routine checkup. Though it's unknown, she would want me home at 7 and it's... He paused and glanced at the digital clock. It's 6 already. I need to hurry. You stood in one corner, watching him as he grabbed his stuff and rushed out of the room. You blinked your eyes and scoffed in disbelief. Didn't even bother to say bye. Rolled your eyes and were about to step inside your closet when you felt a pull in your arm. Loud gasps escaped your lips, but it muffled in Gemma's mouth as his lips met yours in urgency. It took you a few moments to grasp the reality. Your arm slithered around his neck as you reciprocated the kiss with the same passion. Kissing you to his heart's content, he slowly left your lips with a pop. Your breathing turned heavy as you desperately tried to suck the air he knocked off your lungs. See you in the evening. Maybe we can watch some movies and chill later on, only if you allowed it. He ruffled your hair and exited the room, leaving a wildly beating heart and a bitter, almost pained smile. It was all good till last week. Why can't I be like before? You rebuked yourself for overthinking about the situation. You were never like this, a mess, from mind to heart till your very essence. It was all good till last week. Meetups, chit chat, and spicy moments here and there. It seemed perfect, casually perfect. But when he left for his business trip, you couldn't help but miss him all day. Missing him means missing his smile, his care, his adorable face, and his not so holy remarks here and there. Out and out, you missed everything. Then you realized the casualty wasn't casual anymore. It had turned into far more profound, something which we call love. You were sure you harbored deep feelings for him, but what about him? It all started with the condition no feelings involved. Did he feel what you feel? Was love really sprouting, or his genuine gestures were a part of the casuality? Why now? Why do you have to ruin my weekends? You cried out, clutching your lower abdomen, which felt like ripping apart. The reason was Aunt Flo, who decided to visit the town. The cramps were unbearable, and unfortunately, you had no painkillers left. Reaching out for your phone, you unlocked it and decided to text Jimin to bring you some snacks and other necessities. But before you could do so, his name popped up on the screen. A smile made its way to your lips. However, it didn't last longer when you opened the text. Will be late. Mom arranged a blind date for me. You read it again and again until it settled deep in your heart. It was a third date in the month, but this one ripped your heart like never before. Maybe because you had realized what you wanted. Okay, you typed a small, curt response and put the phone aside after switching it off. You no longer needed painkillers. The pain in your heart had successfully defeated the one in your abdomen. Where are you, Jimin? His mother roared from the other side. At a store buying some snacks. He replied, adding a few packets of extra spicy noodles in his cart. Snacks? Seriously, Jimin? What about the girl who is waiting for you at the restaurant? He sighed and rubbed his forehead. I paid for her dinner. She can eat whatever she wants. He heard his mother taking deep breaths, probably controlling herself from bursting on him. It was a date, for God's sakes. You were supposed to be there with her, not to return after paying for her meal. His attention was divided between his mother's word and the section of sanitary napkins looking for a certain brand. Third time. This is the third time he repeated the same thing. Don't you care about my reputation? Let out yet another sigh as he picked up two packets of sanitary napkins and dropped them in the cart. Mom, I swear I tried, but I just couldn't bring myself to go inside. That's why I paid and left, he replied, making his way to the dessert section. Jimin, tell me honestly, do you have someone in your life? He paused as the words hit his ear. His mind instantly drifted back to your thoughts. Oh, he definitely has someone. But what would he name you? A friend? A casual friend? A friend with benefits? Someone more than a friend? Because you were anything but his girlfriend. Mom, I'll call you later. And yeah, I might not come home tonight. I'll be at my friend's house. He disconnected the call before his mother could start her yet another episode of investigation about her son's dating life. Sneaking inside the bedroom, he came across the sight of you cocooned under the blanket. Placing the bag full of snacks and other necessities, he quietly slid in the blanket beside you. As you felt a familiar warmth enveloping your aching body, you squirmed and slowly opened your eyes. Jimin, what are you doing here? You have a date, right? You tried so hard to hide the bitterness in your tone, but your heart didn't. His forehead creased, sensing your dry tone, but he shrugged it off, thinking it as the effect of aunt Flo. I had. I had a date and I was going there, but then my phone pinged with a notification. A reminder of your menstrual cycle, and here I am. The resentment faded away at the exact moment, as though he had assured something he wasn't asked for. I brought snacks for you and painkillers. He mumbled and rose from the bed. You sat upright, leaning your back against the headrest. Your gaze fixated on Jimin as he grabbed the bag and rummaged through its contents. Here you go. He forwarded the painkillers your doctor recommended for you and poured you a glass of water. You gulped it down and looked at him. How? How do you know I am out of painkillers? You couldn't help but ask, both surprised and giddy at his caring gestures. He shrugged nonchalantly and hopped on the bed beside you. It's obvious. Last time you had only one left. Your lips curved into a big smile. He noticed everything. From your usual rumblings to the serious cases you were hired for, from the food you like to the painkiller that suits you. Everything. You wondered if you could behold the feelings you harbored for him. Thus, a realization washed over you like a waterflow. If he had noticed it, he would have left you by now, because again, there was nothing in between you both. You didn't blame him though. You had agreed to it. As much as he had contributed for the situationship, you had equally took part in it. Which one won? Huh? You blinked your eyes, coming out to show your never-ending thoughts. I have asked 5 times which movie won. Uh, anything, anyone you like. He nodded and played a romantic comedy movie. Wrapping his arms around your shoulder, he pulled you to his chest. You sighed and snuggled against his chest. The movie was long forgotten as you pivoted your focus on his heartbeat and his fingers threading through your hair. You closed your eyes, letting sleep engulf your senses. Another newfound realization lay heavy on your heart. You understood what you wanted. You wanted love. commitment, and a named relationship. You realized you couldn't keep up with this casuality anymore. You would hurt yourself even more. Sorry, got stuck in some work. He settled beside you, leaving a peck on your cheek. Why did you call me here? I would have rather come home. You looked at him, contemplating whether you should vocalize your sentiments or keep them to yourself. There was the possibility that he would stop seeing you once you confess. Why and what's wrong? You have been behaving weird lately. If there's a problem, tell me. I would help you resolving it. He cradled your face between his palms. The warmth his palms radiated felt soothing, yet blazing at the same time. Your hands reached out to his, and you gently removed them from your cheeks. Jimin, I think we should stop this. I can't do this anymore. He frowned in confusion. Stop what? Stop whatever we have or we don't have. You whispered and looked away. His body went stiff as he deciphered the meaning behind your words. You mean, but why so suddenly? What happened? Did I do something? You shook your head and took a deep breath to hold in the saltiness that poured in your eyes. It was hurting you too. But it was better to get hurt now than get your expectations crushed when they reached at their peak. I realized what I want, and this is not what I have pictured for myself. I want something deeper. I want love, and I know you can't give it to me. I don't blame you though. We both wanted it, but not anymore. You swallowed the lump that formed in your throat and smiled at him. Let's just stop. You love me? He cut you off in between. You gulped and slightly nodded your head, avoiding eye contact with him. I have fallen in love with you, and I don't regret it, but don't worry, I won't force my feelings on you. You took deep breath and peered at his eyes, which were hard to read, his face expressions blank, concealing whatever he was feeling or thinking at that moment. I'll take my leave. Goodbye. Your words came out as a mere whisper, synchronizing with the air enveloping around you. Pushing yourself off the bench, you turned around and walked away. You didn't want to break down there. However, your tears slipped down when it didn't even try to stop you. Maybe it was the end. The nothing between you both ended here. His brush slipped against the white canvas, vibrantly painting his imagination. However, the brush did no justice to show his inner feelings. He threw it aside and dipped his fingers in the bright red paint, having his way on the canvas afterwards. His fingers worked skillfully on printing the picture from his heart to the white sheet. He painted it all in different shades of red, from light to bright to dark. Within an hour, he painted a beautiful portrait of someone who had successfully conquered his heart. Beautiful, he whispered as he admired his art. This was the third portrait he painted. It was all red, sheer dedication to love and compassion. He painted the first one when he met you for the first time. It was a contrasting combination of blue and black, the outfit you wore that day. The second was colored with different shades of rainbow colors. It reflected his happiness on the day when he met you again and a connection came alive. His gaze flickered from one portrait to another, your words ringing inside his head on loop. Slowly, ever so slowly, the cloudiness covering his sentiments faded away, and his emotions became clear. I. His words stuck in his throat. The sight of your retreating back to hadn't left his mind, and the newfound realization stirred him from inside. What if he got too late? What if he let you slip from his hands even after recognizing his feelings? Oh God, who is here at this hour? You rubbed your drowsy eyes and walked towards the front door. Someone was hell bent on ruining your sleep in the middle of the night. It could be either Jimin or your old neighbor whose husband gets sick very often. Thus, she seeks help from you. You don't back off from helping her either. Coming, you yell irritatingly as a sad someone couldn't stop ringing the doorbell. As you opened the door, you felt yourself engulfed in the familiar warmth, your lips captured by the familiar ones. It didn't take long for you to recognize that it was Jimin. He swiped you off the floor and walked inside, kicking the door shut behind. I love you, he whispered after parting away from the kiss and peppered kisses all over your face. I love you a lot. He left a long peck on your forehead, prompting your eyes to close. I feel the same, Van. I too want what you want. I want you, nobody else. He rested his forehead against yours and released a sigh. You blinked your eyes, thinking you were dreaming, but it felt too real to be a dream. You are really here? Your fingertips traced the contours of his face. He nodded and placed another kiss at the corner of your lips. Yes, I'm here, and I'll always be here. I'm sorry I realized it's late, but I do. I do love you, Ryan. Overwhelmed with happiness, tears rolled down your eyes. Hooking your arms around his neck, you hugged him tightly, sobbing and sniffing in his embrace. I'm sorry, he whispered, leaving a peck on your temple. He rubbed your back with one hand while he held you tightly with the other one. I thought you would never feel the same because you didn't stop me when I was leaving. I was too shocked to react at the time, Ryan. Also, I, being an idiot, didn't realize what I felt. But I'm here, okay? The feelings are mutual. He wiped your tears with his thumb and smiled at you. I was so upset that I hadn't had my dinner. He chuckled and bounced you in his arms. Let's go then, I'll cook something for you. He made his way towards the kitchen, carrying you in his arms. Finally, your heart was at peace, and his too, beating in sync with yours, creating a symphony of love and tranquility. It was a wholesome journey, from situationship to a relationship, from lust to love, from being nothing to being everything.